So my dad encapsulates the science behind everything that's happening because stuff is happening. It's a serious event. He encapsulates everything early. He makes all the songs and prepares all the movies early. And over the course of his life, he brings everyone aboard. But while everyone's coming aboard, they're coming aboard in a world designed for my arrival. And a world designed for my arrival wasn't exactly designed for everlasting truth and peace. It was designed for the eradication of the things that hinder everlasting truth and peace. Just talking about this subject forces me into a line of higher thinking and higher functioning. By properly adhering to what's going on, I'm forced to use the evolutionary and transitional words that are necessary to push us into the future. And with that being said, it really brings to light the individuals, the companies, and the people who were hiding behind the facade, who were hiding behind Weezer singing about the housemaids scrubbing the floors and getting the spaces in between, while the government and the elites were busy loathing in their satanic wonderland. The world was getting cleaned up and things were becoming clear for everybody else. WMD is in the sky on Harvard. WW3 has commenced and ended all in one shot. And it's really cool to see my dad, to see him sing like this. And it's interesting because the lab is extensive. The lab affords obscurity. The lab is powerful. The lab has a loophole, which is the you can't clauses about the universe, about something rather than nothing, and the ability to control and manipulate subatomic particles from another planet. And all this has led me onto the cell phone, which is a proper valuation of a product in my hand, which is a proper example to the whole world of the value of what we have and the use of what we have. And I'm losing my train of thought. It's the lab. And this has all led me to the cell phone and putting something on the cell phone. And what was I saying? Proper valuation for the phone. Oh, and it's brought to light everybody else who has been hiding behind the obscurity and who has been fighting for whatever it is that's happening in the lab. They locked the door. They didn't lock the door. No idea who's under control. I'm trying to absorb the poems and the English literature that my dad is teaching me from before I was born. So if the rest of you have any brains whatsoever, maybe you could start respecting your own parents and do something different for a change. And maybe they'll start teaching you stuff from the past. Maybe they'll start teaching you more English grammar. There's an Hispanic woman in the library. She barely speaks English. My mom went to school, and then I went to school, and it was pretty, and then it was cool. Okay, bye. Am I wrong for um empowering and trying to empower the Hispanic bloodline and Hispanic parents raising their kids and the value of Hispanic mothers and fathers? Am I wrong for doing that? No. Am I wrong for telling my peers that, hey, look, my dad is teaching me English grammar and science from 30 years ago? Can you imagine if we were doing something different with our life? I don't know what you guys need to do. I don't know how much you guys know. I don't. But I do know that the way we're going in the light of this reality, it's ever more reality and ever more valuable, is wrong. You guys are wrong. You go to football games, you're wrong. You play video games, you're wrong. Everything you guys are doing, you're wrong. You guys are wrong. You are wrong. I don't know how we're supposed to get inside the lab. I don't know what your guys' plan is, but I know not speaking to each other and not being inside the lab today is wrong. We had to get all the way here so I can get a calendar, sang to me, escape velocity, establish Armenian lifeline, establish raising children and English language and science, and boom. He established it in 1981. So what are we establishing here? The breakdown of governments? Is that what we're establishing? That's what it looks like. Because our parents, a lot of people for that matter, have a lot of intellect. They could have communicated all this stuff and they didn't. Why? Because there's a lab we need to disassemble? Is there someone in pain inside the lab? Is there people out there that have a question and want to persecute as opposed to appreciate the fact that somebody taught you English poems from 1981? When have you guys taught anybody poems? You were born, your eyes opened up, and now you're puffing your chest. You don't know any English whatsoever. Or intergalactic communication, or intergalactic science, or anything. Who are you people? AI Wondercats? You don't believe your little photons can be manipulated and controlled? You don't believe. So you guys are AI Wondercats that are taking over the world, and the world needs to adhere to what you guys are saying. But what my dad is saying is poems, love letters, science, earth, history, another planet. And he's sacrificing himself doing it. What's the end of this? What's the end of this? I continue my life. And I keep reading the poems he's written for me. It's all over the internet. I know he has a friend upstairs on Phelan. I know that. I know he's in control of a system. I know that. And I know he's extremely intellectual. And I know not a single human being needs to question, go, oh, why? How does that even make sense? It's like above a god, like above Lord thinking. Very human. It gives human beings value, and you guys are gonna question? I don't know. Weird people. Fuck. Strange people.